Hey guys, welcome to Yoga with Kat. My name's Catherine. You can call me Kat. A little bit about me is that I'm originally from Mount Olive, North Carolina. I currently go to the University of North Carolina in Wilmington. I've practiced yoga for probably about a year and a half, 2 years now, and I absolutely love it. Took a couple of classes at the UNCW facilities, and ever since then, I just kind of fell in love. So today we're gonna be doing animal themed yoga. This is for if you're experienced or not experienced, totally fine. We're gonna be going over what is yoga, a couple postures, a warm up, cool down, and some other like meditation techniques that you can take with you and use for later as well. I'll also be sending out meditation links as well as some other resources for you to practice on your own. So let's get started. Before we actually dive into yoga, let's take in consideration a couple safety techniques or safety features. So first, we want to make sure we have an open and clear space, that it's dry. And if you're practicing on hardwood, make sure that you're not either wearing socks or you're not using a towel as your yoga mat because that can be slippery. Another thing that I like to use personally is either go barefoot or wear tennis shoes. So some of the things that you need for today's class is yourself, some water, a pillow is optional to help with some of those yoga poses, and either a yoga mat, or if you're practicing on a beach towel, make sure it's a carpeted area, or just a place that you less likely to slip. And some water, of course. All right, so what is yoga? Yoga is a Western practice that's usually a religious practice. Started in Asia. It moved to Western, like to Europe area and to the United States, and that became more modernized to what it is today as your relaxation techniques and your mindfulness practices and just physical exercise in general. As we talked about before, today we're going to be going over some techniques and just some postures and stuff. Kind of take me a little bit slow today. So, what are we doing today, you may ask? Animal themed yoga. I don't know about you guys, but I love animals. I love baby goats, cats, dogs, birds, cows, love them all. Let me know what your favorite animal is. You can either comment on the YouTube link, or you can also talk about it in the next yoga session. So let's go ahead and get started. So if you haven't already, have your clear space, all right? We're going to stand about shoulder width apart, and we're just going to do some breathing techniques to kind of warm us up and get started. All right, let's get there. And make sure to not lock your knees. Make sure they're just a little bit bent, just so you don't lose balance, because that can also be a hard time too. Alrighty, so we're gonna breathe in, stretch above our heads, and as you breathe out, bring your arms down, okay? We're gonna do this 2 more times, okay? Breathe in. Keep your knees moving if you'd like, or you can also bend them just a little bit. Breathe in. Breathe out. Arms down. Perfect, guys. We'll do it one more time. Awesome. All right, now that we have our warm up breath, we're gonna go ahead and shake it out. Just shake out, shake it out. All righty. So just a couple of warm up stretches. We're gonna go ahead and take one arm across the body and put your hand here and hold. Perfect. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and switch. Sweet. You can either do these by 10-second intervals or 12 seconds, however long you feel as though you need to stretch. All right, I'm going to roll those out. Okay, we're going to go ahead and roll them out into some arm circles. Perfect. Kind of get those shoulders warmed up as well. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and go backwards with it. Awesome. Do some smaller arm circles. All right, and then reverse. Perfect. You want to shake it out. Shake it out. Personally, I like to shake it out. Just kind of get all your jitters out and relax those muscles a little bit more and warm them up. All right, we're going to go and do some wrist circles. All right, and put it in reverse. Perfect. Awesome, guys. From here, if you don't have a wall, you can also use a chair to hold on to. We're going to do some ankle circles too. Just kind of warm up your ankles. So you're going to lift your knee up just a little bit. We're just going to roll out some ankles. Ankle circles. All right, let's switch feet. Sweet. Awesome, guys. So from here, we're actually going to do a forward fold. You're going to try to keep your back straight if you can. If not, that's okay. And we're going to go down and touch our toes. All right. I'm going to slowly go down. We're going to touch our toes. All right. Try and attempt to keep your back straight. If you can't, that's okay. Sweet. All right, slowly bring it back up. All right, now you're gonna widen your feet just past your hip width. All right, and you're gonna go down to one side. All right, so slowly take both hands, and you're gonna go down to one side. So you're gonna try to touch your toes if you can. Awesome. Go ahead and roll it back up slowly. Okay, take your hands and go down to the other side. Perfect. Slowly roll it back up. All right, I'm gonna stretch it out. Roll your shoulders back just a little bit. Awesome. So let's go ahead and get started. So one of our main postures in yoga is something called tabletop position. So what you're going to do, you're going to first kneel, and then you're going to bring your hands to the floor, and you're going to kind of create a straight back if you can. Okay, so straight back, knees right underneath your hips, arms underneath your shoulders. Okay. Perfect. Make sure you keep your knees about hip width apart. All right, from here, as it is animal theme yoga, we're going to be doing some cat-cow poses. All right, so for cow pose, we're going to bring our belly button closer to the ground and lift our head up to the sky as if you were a cow looking up. Perfect. And now we're also going to tuck the tailbone and raise to like a U shape, upside down U shape to a cat position. And really push into your hands and use the top of your feet as balance. Okay. And you should feel a stretch in your back. Okay. So stretch. Awesome. And now we're going to do a couple more of these. So go ahead and get into cow. Okay, kind of create that U shape with your back. And tailbones going up as well as your head. All right. Perfect. And you're going to switch back to cat. All right. And now as we do these, if you'd like, you can breathe in cow. And as you breathe out, you're going to transition back to cat. All right. So breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. Awesome job, guys. So From here, you're going to keep on your knees, keep kneeling, okay? Then if you can, we're going to try to stretch back to our toes and do something called camel pose. Another variation of this pose is if you sit back onto your feet and bring your hands to the ground. So this is one variation. Okay. Another variation of it is to take your feet and see if you can try to touch either your heel or your toes. And this is called camel pose. Okay. You should be able to feel it, the stretch right here in your front body and a little bit in your back body, but it shouldn't hurt. If any of these poses hurt, you can also do a variation of it, or you could go back to tabletop or to another position that you feel most comfortable with. Alrighty, so after camel pose, we're going to head into child's pose. You're going to make sure that our knees are about shoulder width apart, bring them a little bit further, and keep your toes, your big toes are touching, and you're going to send your hips back. Perfect. From here, we're going to take our hands and reach all the way out as far as you can. And we're going to bring our head to the ground. All right. If this position is uncomfortable for you, I will show you a variation. All right, so the variation for this pose, you can take a pillow or you can also take a chair, and you can also sit on it like this. This also helps stretch out your hips and your upper body as well, especially for your shoulders. If this is also uncomfortable, you can, like I said, use a chair and kind of sit here, and this will still open up your hips as well as create the stretch in your back a little bit. Perfect. You guys are doing amazing so far. Thanks for sticking with me. I know some things can be a little difficult, as it might be a little new for you. All right, so from here, okay, you guys might still be here or wherever you're at. We're going to roll back up. Okay. We're going to place your hands back onto the ground. Okay. Straighten out your feet. All right. From here, you're going to curl your toes under. And you're going to use your palms and your toes to lift up just a little bit. All right, we're here for 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring the knees back down. Awesome. All right, now we're going to do it again, but this time we're going to send our hips all the way up into downward dog, which is another animal I love. I don't know about you guys, but dogs are pretty cool. All right, tuck your toes under and send your hips back into downward dog. You're going to go ahead and pedal out your feet, so straighten one leg at a time. If you can't straighten your legs, that's totally fine. Awesome. So from here, we're going to drop the knees just a little bit, and we're going to walk our feet up closer to our hands. Okay, just kind of keep it here. All right, and now we're going to go into a low squat. Like a frog. We're now in frog pose. You can also rock back and forth just a little bit, kind of open up your hips. If this is too much on your knees, you can also bring it back up a little bit and kind of keep it at this position here as well. Okay, this is frog pose. For crow pose, you can keep your hands right in front of you, kind of keep them close together, and this kind of symbolizes a little bird's feet. If you feel as though you're losing balance, you can also bring your hands out further and hold as well. Okay. And this is a crow pose variation. Awesome, guys. So now we're going to slowly roll it back up. Okay, I'm going to straighten out your legs. Roll it back up. Big inhale. Exhale. Perfect. All right. Now I'm actually gonna go back to tabletop position. All right. I'm gonna go ahead. One knee down, other knee. Okay. All right, and back into downward dog. Perfect. You guys are doing amazing. All right, from here, you're going to take one leg and bring it up. And you're going to place it in between your two hands, okay? Kind of like a big runner's lunge. All right. So this is called lizard pose. If you would like to keep it here, you can keep it here. Or you can also place both hands on the opposite side of your knee to the inner side. So you want to make sure that whichever leg you're on is the inner side. Okay. From here, if you're comfortable with it, you can bring your leg or your knee up and hold. And this is called lizard's pose. You should be able to feel it right here in your thigh, as well as the back of your leg. Perfect. All right, slowly bring the knee down. And you can go ahead and send the other leg back. And downward dog. Sweet. Now we're going to do the other leg. So bring it up and then forward in between your hands. You can keep it here, but swing the other hand around so it's in the inner part of your leg, both hands. Okay, then you can keep it here, or you can also tuck your toe under and lift your knee. And this is lizard's pose. Perfect. Awesome, guys. You go ahead and drop your knee slowly and bring your other leg back. All right. From here, we're going to slowly bring ourselves down, okay, onto the ground. From here, you're going to take your arms and you're going to place them on the ground right underneath your shoulders. You're going to lift up. This should feel really good on your lower back. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a couple of deep breaths here. So breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. Awesome. We're also going to do another variation of this called baby cobra. So you're going to go and lower yourself back down. And instead of rising all the way up, you're going to keep your elbows on the ground. And you're just going to do baby cobra. Take a couple moments to take a couple deep breaths. Awesome. So from here, you're going to lift back up into tabletop position. Remember to keep your knees hip width apart and your hands underneath your shoulders. All right, and we're going to transition into bird pose. All right, so one variation of it is you can either kick out one leg and hold, or you can kick out one leg and one hand. If you'd like, you can put a chair or you can use a wall as support or as to help you balance. And this will help keep your core engaged as well as balance. You'll also feel it in the back of your leg. Perfect. Go ahead and bring your knee down as well as your hand. All right, we're going to switch off. So one leg's going to go out and the opposite hand is going to go forward. Perfect. Go ahead and drop it back down. All right. We're gonna go ahead and send our hips back. All right. Sweet. You want to feel a nice stretch right here on the top of our legs. All right. And when you're ready, we can go ahead and stand up slowly. All right. And roll it out. Roll it out. Shake it off. Shake it off. Perfect. Thank you guys for participating in these poses. We're going to do something called mountain pose. Okay, so you're going to bring your feet together. Okay, we're going to take a couple deep breaths because as we know, animals, they live everywhere. They can live in the desert, they can live in the tropical islands, and another place is mountains. So we're going to do mountain pose. Okay, so keep your feet together. If not, you can also do them width apart. We're going to do a couple deep breaths, how we did in the very beginning. All right, so we're going to breathe in, bring your arms above your head, and breathe out. Bring your arms down. Breathe in, and breathe out. We're going to do one more cycle, and you can breathe in and breathe out as you feel comfortable. Okay? Perfect. You guys did amazing. But before we go, we're going to do a little bit of a cool down because I know some of that can be a little bit strenuous on your muscles. If you feel as though some of that may have been too hard, you can also go back and there's other variations as well for these poses. So let's go ahead and start off with a couple arm circles. So we're just going to go into some slow arm circles. Big arm circles. Okay. Remember to keep your knees unlocked as we go. Okay, and we're going to switch rotations. So go the opposite way. Awesome. Great job. Bring one arm across body and hold. Sweet. All right, now you can go ahead and switch arms. Awesome. All right, and as we do in other programs such as Zoomicize, we're also going to do another similar one. So you're going to bring your hand behind your head, onto your back, kind of like you're patting your back, bring your hand and hold with your elbow. You should feel a nice stretch right here in your tricep. Awesome, guys. You want to switch arms. Yeah. Perfect. All right. And last little cool down for the day. You're going to go ahead and slowly go down. You're going to be about hip width. If not, you can go a little closer. We're going to go down and do another forward fold. All right. And as you slowly come up, you can also exhale. So breathe in, exhale as you come up. Perfect. Go and roll out your shoulders. We're going to do a couple of neck rolls. Slowly roll. Awesome. Now we're going to go the opposite way. Awesome job, guys. Thank you guys so much for participating in yoga with me. So that was the yoga postures, couple breathing techniques. And now I would like to go over one more thing before we go. It's just another breathing technique that we typically use in meditation sessions, as well as while you're doing your yoga practice. So You can find either a comfortable seated position, you can lay down or sit in a chair as well. Personally, if I lay down, I like to keep my hands on my stomach, or you can also keep them by your side. If you're seated upright, I either like to bring them onto my knees or here towards my heart. All right, and I'll show you a couple of different ways that you can that might be comfortable for you, or however you wish. All right. So here's one way. So go and straighten out your knees. You're gonna lay back, keep your hands here, or you can keep your hands here. All right. If that's uncomfortable for you, you can also cross your legs, and we can put our hands on our knees. Okay, and so nice and tall, or we can also put our hands here, or just in a seated position. Whatever works best for you. All right, so a couple of techniques is called belly breathing. You're going to place your hands onto your stomach. Typically works best whenever you're laying down, but if you're in a chair or in a seated position, that's totally okay too. You're gonna place your hands on your stomach, and we're just gonna breathe normal. As you're breathing, notice how your stomach may gradually come out just a little bit, and as you exhale, it may gradually go down. Perfect. All right. From here, instead of breathing in up here, kind of how you normally do, you breathe in like this. You can use your belly or your stomach area to kind of push out the air and then bring it back, okay? So here's belly breathing. So you're gonna breathe in and breathe into your stomach area, and as you breathe out, you're gonna push it out, okay? So breathe in, expand your ribs. And exhale, you're gonna decrease. And as you do this, you can take a longer inhale and a little bit longer exhale. So we're gonna do one cycle of this, and you can also practice this on your own. All right, so we're gonna breathe in and breathe out. Sometimes it might be best to breathe in possibly for 4 seconds and then exhale for 6 seconds, as typically you might feel less stressed as you breathe out for longer. Alrighty, and I believe I will be sending you guys out an email as well as other resources, yoga techniques, breathing techniques, some relaxation, as well as a meditation, if you guys would like to follow along. I know things are a little bit hazardous right now with the weather, and it might be something to help you guys out. Hope you guys all stay safe and take advisory as you need to. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.